Hello, everybody. I think it's pretty evident that we all want Soto to come back. Most people want Soto to come back. So let's not mince words here. Let's not say that, most of us want him gone or that we think we'd be better off because we'd have more money or something. But the fact does remain it's out of our hands. I mean, as Yankee fans, are we going to seriously sit here and say, if we don't bring Soto back, we're not going to watch baseball next year? Come on. I was talking to my primary care doctor. She's actually a nurse, a nurse practitioner. I was talking to her yesterday, and we were talking about our football teams because we both have crappy football teams. I'm a Giants fan. She is a Browns fan. We're at the bottom of the barrel here. I think there might be one other team tied with the Giants for like worst record in the NFL at 2-8, and I forget what team that is, but we're like tied for worst record in the NFL, and we have a bye week this week. So anyway, but our conversation was basically, she was like, "Yeah, but we're all gonna be back. We're gonna be back next year for our teams. We always come back." And that's true. Fans are predictable. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I mean, we're all like hooked on it, maybe brainwashed slightly, but maybe addicted, if you will, almost like a drug. But sports just keeps dragging us back in. So we're gonna be back, okay? Whether Soto comes back or not, we're all gonna be watching the Yankees. Now, if they really suck, I think we're gonna probably turn off the TV, maybe go out and do something in the summertime, have a day out or something, or have a outing somewhere and do something else besides baseball. But all that being said, if Soto goes, we got a lot coming off the books. The money thing is a good thing, actually, because we got Rizzo coming off the books. Hopefully Verdugo, hopefully he doesn't talk them into signing him again. And if he does, it's a very small contract. I'm hoping he's gone. So Verdugo, Rizzo, Torres, all off the books. And then, even though he was a trade, I'm sure we took on some of the money and a lot of it. So I'm sure if Soto goes, that's even more money off the books. What the Yankees have to do if they lose all those guys, which it looks like they're at least going to lose probably Verdugo. Okay, sorry, I had to pause my video. Someone came knocking at my door. In the So what was that story by Hemingway, rapping at my door? So where was I? So we're going to be losing some people off the books. We're going to be losing Torres, Verdugo, Rizzo. Am I missing anybody? Maybe some pitchers as well in the bullpen are going to. And also Holmes, the cardiac Holmes, we're going to be losing as well. He's most likely moving on. I could see like the Orioles or someone picking him up as, a closer or something. And then he's probably going to kick our ass because every one of the guys that's going to leave is going to do great elsewhere. That's how it always works. You can say the same for us. When we get guys off this crap heap who aren't that good, except sometimes not. Look at Verdugo. He started out really slow, then he was hot, then he wasn't. In most of the year, he wasn't. In the playoffs, he wasn't. Okay, so we're going to be losing these guys. So if we also lose Soto, that's going to be a lot of money off the books. What we have to do then is stock the fuck up. We got to get starting pitching. We got to get bullpen pitching. And we're also losing Canley. Okay, there's another arm we're losing. And there might be a few other arms in a bullpen we're losing. And are we losing Nestor Cortez as well? Is he going? Probably. I think he's a free agent. Which, not to get too political, but I don't like him because he's a Trumper. Okay, so right there, I hope he goes. So basically, got to stock up on pitching, and more pitching. Maybe we get Corbin Burns. Maybe we get uh who's the guy in San Francisco that we tried to get last year? I forget his name. The guy that was on the Rays for years. He has Boris as his agent. Can't remember his name, but I'll I'll definitely look that up and put it in the if I don't remember it, like before the video's up, I'll put his name in the description of the video. But we could maybe get like two or three pitchers, maybe uh trade Stroman or something like that, and or maybe trade uh Rodon, you know. And just for the record, for all you people out there, I think I read somewhere, depending on whether you're Hispanic or not, if you're not Hispanic and have that name, it's Rodon. If you're Hispanic and have that name, it's Rodon. So I always say it like Rodon. And I actually heard Pedro Martinez say it like Rodon. So, I mean, he's from the Dominican Republic. I would think he would know how the name is pronounced. So it always like irks me whenever I hear people say Rodon. I always think of like a Godzilla character. He's not Japanese. You know, I think he's of Cuban descent, so he would say it like Rodon, not Rodon. Okay, I don't know. I mean, if anyone wants to correct me in the comment section, go ahead. So yeah, trade maybe Rodon, trade maybe Stroman, and bring in like two or three big time starting pitchers, like Corbin Burns, or somebody. Maybe Flaherty could be an option. He looked pretty good in the playoffs, especially against us. So there's some options in the pitching department. Hitting wise, I know it might take something to get him. He was really good last year, but that guy Jonathan India for second base would be like, oh my god, that would be like the best. He's really good. And as someone who's really sick and tired of the haircut rule and the beard, I mean, I'm not saying guys with beards like down to here, like Jesus beards or something, but like keep it close crop. Look what I got here. Is this that bad? Could you see Yankees wearing something like that on their face? I could. For years, Cole had like long hair and like stubbly beard. What's the big deal? I mean, it's a rule that was brought into the books by George Steinbrenner. Before that, there wasn't a rule. It was just that a lot of guys in like the 60s and the 50s and before that just didn't have long hair and beards. So it just wasn't common in baseball. So then George Steinbrenner comes along and changes the rules. I would actually think there might be I know there's a collective bargaining thing, that rules and stuff of engagement and what happens in sports. Like if a guy hits a guy with a baseball in the head and kills him accidentally, he can't be charged for murder. I mean, stuff like that. But like there must be like a rule saying you can't tell your workers whether they can have long hair or not. I know they just passed, I think, a federal law that says that employers can't tell their workers they can't have tattoos showing or something and piercings. I guess you could hire and fire whoever you want. I guess that's also part of the American thing, but it's like unconstitutional and discriminatory to tell someone because you have tattoos or piercings or long hair or a beard that you can't be hired by a company. I mean, that to me, it's not like the military. We're not talking about the military here. We're talking about a baseball team. I mean, I would not mind at all if they let. And what I would do if I was running the Yankees, okay, you could have long hair, but keep it like either push it behind your ears or put it in a ponytail behind your hat. I've got a beard. My dad has a beard and long hair. We're Yankee fans. Why can Yankee fans do it, but the players can't? It just doesn't seem fair. So if we sign a guy like Jonathan India, I said let him have the long hair and the beard. Let him keep it. And he actually pushes his behind his ears, I think. So what's the big deal? And he keeps the beard close crop. It's not like Johnny Damon's beard. And even his, if he would have trimmed it up a little, maybe put the hair in a ponytail, which I think he did sometimes. I don't see a big deal with Yankees wearing that kind of a thing. So anyway, we're gonna have money. We're whether I guess if Soto comes back, we're gonna have less. I guess because no, if he comes back, because we're gonna have to pay him a lot of money. But if he doesn't come back, and I'm not wishing he doesn't come back, I'm hoping he does, because basically, without him last year, we're probably not a playoff team. We're probably winning like 80 some odd games and out of the playoffs. Maybe like 82 games. 80, it maybe. And we don't make the playoffs. So, yeah, I think it's imperative that we sign him, but if we don't, we got to stock up on pitching and offense, bullpen, and rotation, and the hitting, and we gotta do it with free agents, with trades, and don't lose sight of what's ahead of us or where we are right now. Think in the here and now. Don't look in the past, what we did in the past. Don't look what we're going to do in the future. What are we doing right now? What is our team doing right now to improve? I am a Buddhist. I believe in this mantra, in this mindset, in this thinking. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to do some meditation before dinner tonight. So my family's going to pick up pizza tonight from this new pizza place that opened up. While they're doing that, I'm going to meditate in the house. Guided meditation that you can get on Spotify. And, I also like to look at it this way. It's out of our hands. It really is. And it's just sports, people. In the end of the day, it's upsetting when our teams lose and don't do what we want them to do. When they don't get the players we want them to get, when they don't get the coaches we want them to get, the GMs we want them to get. Well, when they don't do the right thing, it's upsetting. But there are way more important things. Like, to me, after the Yankees lost, I was like, you know what, this is upsetting. But I want Kamala Harris to win the election. And that was my main focus. I was watching a lot of MSNBC and stuff like that. And when it didn't happen, I was upset. But I'm like, eye on the prize here. What's more important, sports or life? And that's how we got to look at it.